Good morning, Flagler County, and welcome to Veterans on Point, a WNZF radio show developed in mind for our county's beloved and respected veterans population and anyone else listening via internet or podcast. I'm your host, David Lydon, the Flagler County Veteran Services Officer, and naturally I'm here with my friend and colleague at the office, Eric Flores.
Good morning, Dave, and good morning to all our listeners and watchers. If you watch our YouTube channel, so good morning to you guys and as well. And I hope that, as always, that everybody's doing well, health-wise, and enjoying the rain that we have lately and the weather we have.
Man, watch that grass grow.
Yes, I cut it last week, and I think I have to do it again. Oh no!
Well, if you're lucky enough to live in Flagler County, you are lucky enough. And we are lucky folks. So let's thank our lucky folks, our League of Loyal listeners, for being out there. And, of course, its leader, Billy Jones, still at the top.
Morning, Billy.
Good morning, Billy. I know you're listening.
Oh, yes.
And we'll follow up later. You'll let me know how the show went. And if you like the national anthem that was at the end, whatever version. And this week's version is actually going to be, and Mr. Producer, Mark, did you get my submission this week? No. Okay. Well, I'll have to forward that. And, this one's going to be from, it was at looks like a girls softball game, and they had a technical difficulty, and they couldn't play the national anthem. So all of a sudden, impromptu, all the people in the crowd sang the national anthem. And that was how they did it. And it was
great.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was very patriotic.
That's cool.
So we'll listen to that one at the end of today's show. Excuse me. We were talking about the legal loyal listeners, and then we have Navy Master Chief Dan, his wife Kay.
Good morning, guys.
Next month's their year
It's
wedding anniversary?
50-something, I believe.
And so that's at the end of August.
Yes, we'll
And
be there.
we plan on being
God
there.
willing, yes.
And we have Talkin' Tom, of course.
Morning, Tom.
Charlie Hanger. I saw Charlie this week at the Board of County Commissioners did a proclamation for Purple Heart Day, which is coming up August 7th. But because they do the proclamation in advance, and we have one meeting this month. It was done this past week. And Charlie Hanger, who is a Purple Heart recipient, was there again to help receive that proclamation. So thanks, Charlie, and his wife Jenny was with him too as well.
Thank you, guys.
And then we've got Valerie and we've got Dennis. Haven't heard from Dennis in a little bit, but and Valerie, I need to hear from you and your veteran hubby. Give us a call. And we got Shane and Norman and Howard and his wife Valerie and William and his wife Holly and Keith. And Jim and a bunch of Jameses and Steve and David and Mrs. Martin. James, the male maid, of course. He's been quiet.
He's been quiet.
We've got Bob and Frankie Jr. and Frankie Sr. And Bicycle Frank. He stopped in the other day to say hello.
Yes.
And he's listening because he lets us know.
Yes, he does.
He hears what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So then we've got, like I said, another James and Michael and Delmer and the Gallaghers and Bill and Rudolph and Thomas and Leon and Gary and James and Carol and everyone else who's out there listening. We appreciate you being with us. And if you ever want to give us a call and let us know that you're still listening, please let us know.
And if you listen, please share the word out that we're here.
Give us some feedback.
Yes.
Do you like our topics? Is there a topic you think others might want to, that you've heard about and you think others might benefit from? Let us know. Okay. Yes, Eric and I are your Flagler County Veteran Services officers. We're at 1769 East Moody Boulevard in Bunnell. That's the Government Services Building in room 108. Our phone number is 386-313-4014 if you need help with VA claims or other VA business or help deciphering your retirement, your department, your DFAS. Can't even think of it. Division of, what is
Finance,
it?
Defense Finance.
Defense Finance and Accounting Service, yeah. you need help deciphering some of those documents when you're retiring or a surviving spouse trying to figure out if you have survivor's benefits, we're there to help.
And many more things.
Many
I
more
just
things.
received a call last week. From the daughter of a veteran. The daughter is the sister of a veteran that live here, and he became with cancer. He have cancer, so he won't be able to work any longer. So she was asking about VA benefit, what are available, but she also asked me about Florida state benefits, that may help. And so, we're not an expert on that, but we can guide you in the right directions.
Well, we talked a lot last week about the Florida benefits.
Benefits, right? Medicare, all that good things.
Oh well, yeah. We're not experts in Social Security and Medicare, but we, because some of those topics come up,
right?
We can help direct you and help try to interpret what the those letters say or anything like that. So,
right. So don't be afraid to call.
All right, a massage by Natalie and Company.
If you're ache like me,
they sponsor the podcast here on WNZF, and so if you're achy and breaky, your joints, your muscles need some relaxation, then give Massage by Natalie and Company a call at 386-227-7499. They're located at 4871 Palm Coast Parkway, Northwest in Palm Coast. They're in suite number 1. So, Eric, we are on our 21st week of talking about U.S. presidents. And this is one, I guess, maybe sadly, that it's a name that I didn't even recognize. And I know I've had to see it, whether I'm looking on, my kids even had the calendars with the presidents on it, with all the list of the presidents. I've had to see this name, but it just doesn't come to mind when I think of U.S. presidents, and that is Chester Alan Arthur, the 21st president of the United States. He's often overshadowed by more prominent figures in American history, yet his life and presidency are filled with intriguing and lesser-known details. Born on October 5th, 1829 in Fairfield, Vermont, Arthur's early life was marked by modest beginnings. His father, a Baptist preacher and abolitionist, instilled in him a sense of justice. Though young, Chester was more drawn to the finer things in life than to fiery activism. A dapper dresser with a penchant for luxury, Arthur earned the nickname Gentleman Boss for his refined taste and his political savvy. Before politics, Arthur was a successful lawyer in New York City, where he made a name defending civil rights cases. In 1854, he represented Elizabeth Jennings Graham, a black woman ejected from a segregated streetcar, winning a landmark case that desegregated New York's public transit. This early advocacy contrasted with his later reputation as a machine politician tied to the corrupt stalwart faction of the Republican Party. Arthur's ascent to the presidency was unexpected. In 1880, he was chosen as James Garfield's running mate to balance the ticket, a decision driven by political bosses like Roscoe Conkling. When Garfield was assassinated in 1881, Arthur, the consummate party loyalist, became president, a role many doubted he was fit for. Critics expected a presidency mired in cronyism, but Arthur defied expectations. He championed civil service reform, signing the Pendleton Act of 1883, which curtailed the spoils system he's once thrived in. This act mandated merit-based appointments for federal jobs, a surprising move from a man who benefited from the patronage. Less known is Arthur's secret battle with Bright's disease, a kidney ailment that sapped his energy throughout his term. He kept his illness hidden, fearing it would undermine his authority. Despite his health, he maintained a lavish White House, hosting elegant dinners and redesigning the interior with the help of Louis Comfort Tiffany. I guess it's Lois, but it's spelled Lewis. His love for fine dining and fashion was so pronounced that he reportedly owned 80 pairs of trousers and changed outfits multiple times a day. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Arthur's presidency also saw early efforts at naval modernization. Here's a good one for shipmate over there. He pushed for a stronger steam-powered Navy, earning the title Father of the Modern Navy for laying the groundwork for America's future naval dominance. Yet his administration wasn't without flaws. His support for Chinese exclusion laws reflected the era's xenophobia. After leaving office in 1885, Arthur's health deteriorated rapidly, and he died in 1886 at 57 years of age.
That's young.
His presidency, though brief, revealed a complex man, a product of machine politics who embraced reform, a private sufferer who projected grandeur, and a forgotten figure whose actions quietly shaped modern governance. So that's our 21st president, Chester Alan Arthur, whose name I could not remember.
No,
And,
but
hopefully I will now.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned Father of the Modern Navy, it took me back for the Navy boot camp because we used to have a what we call the Blue Book.
You had to
have, like,
learn all
little
those
history
and facts and
right.
had to recite them, right?
I didn't remember that one until now.
Uh-huh.
And then I went back to the Blue Book. His name was in the Blue Book.
So that's like when you were in the dining hall and they'd come up behind you and they'd make you recite or tell you facts from the
Yes.
Blue Book, huh?
Uh-huh.
Or drop and do 50 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Navy Blue Book.
All right, here's a quote of the week from President Arthur. I may be president of the United States, but my private life is nobody's damn business.
All right. All right.
And
You've
that's
heard
because he didn't want anybody to know about his Bright's disease, I guess, mostly. So, I mean, that brings us present day. I mean, we're talking about, does the public have a right to know about the president's health? You know, whether it's mental or cognitive ability or prostate cancer, like we're hearing about in the news now. I don't know. I mean, the argument is that we should know because that we elected. And we want to make sure that that person is in the best frame of mind to run the country, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Chester Arthur. I guess modern day we'd say it is our damn business.
Yes.
All right, drivers. The DAV is seeking volunteer drivers to take veterans from their homes to their VA appointments. And as you know, each week we say this, it could be a VA appointment at a VA medical center, a VA clinic, a community care network appointment that's been set up by the VA, or even a compensation and pension exam for a benefits claim. If you want to find out how to volunteer or you want to know how to take advantage of the transportation, call the DAV at 386-439-2122. 436-439. I mean, what did I say? 386-439-2122. They're at 27 Florida Park Drive. You can stop in there and visit them too in Palm Coast. Bunch of good fellows and ladies. And got some, if you want to just go in there and relax and have a cup of coffee. Sometimes they got some snacks, some food, some chili. They got rocking chairs. Just kick back and chat with your fellow veterans. Just take load off your feet and your mind. Go to 27 Florida Park Drive. Visit the DAV. What do you have over there for us, Eric, on your
Sure. Let me
agenda?
mention again the American Legion Flagler Post 115 are sponsoring the fifth annual charity golf tournament again, honoring all who have served, and this is going to be on Saturday, October 4th. Begin at 7 a.m. with the registration. If you don't register early, when you can register that day, so you don't have an excuse. They have a 50-50 gameplay and a continental breakfast at 7 a.m. Their shotgun is going to start at 9 a.m. and then at 1 p.m. they have a luncheon that is going to be catered by Loopers. So if you want to register now, don't wait until the last minute. Call 386-585-5302. 386-585-5302. Then we go about the BFW.
Nobody should be forgetting that. You talk about that one every week now for weeks.
Oh, yes. For a month, I think. So BFW A6, Post A696. They have different events through the week. They have on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday from 11 to 2. On Thursday, every Thursday, they have Ladies' Night. On let me see. Oh, they have men's night. This is on Monday from 5 to 7. And they have $2 for domestic draft guys. So on let me see, Friday from at starting at 6 p.m. they have the karaoke night for you singers wannabe person out there. This is the day. Bingo. This is a very important one. It's on Thursday, so they have bingo night on Thursday, and they have the every Tuesday also. They have the Queen of Heart raffle. So sponsor those events. Every fund that they get, they use it for our own local veterans here in town. Also, the Marine Corps League, Detachment A676, they're having their United States Marine Corps 250th birthday ball. And this is going to be on Saturday, November the 8th from 1700 to 2200, or for you military guys from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. They're going to do it this year at the Hilton Garden in Pamco. It's a pretty nice facility. So if you want to call in and participate and go to that event, call Miss Ellen Werner at 386-237-9798. Again, 386-237-9798.
You know what we should also remind folks is Guitars for Vets, even though we haven't been able to get one of their representatives come on here and play us play us a couple tunes on their guitars. But
we need to call Dennis, one of our
Dennis or Lon,
listeners.
And there's other ones that are representing.
I had Leaf Hoffman coming this week to the office. He goes to that thing too.
He does?
Yeah. Even Lon Ratner goes to
That's what I said, Lon. Yeah,
Lon. Okay, yeah.
And one of these days we'll get them on here. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they're shy guitar players, but
yeah, maybe we get a trio here.
But if you want more information about the Guitars for Vets, you can call. Again, they hold their practices at the DAV Chapter 86, and that phone number is 386-439-2122.
Yeah, that's a pretty good program. Are you still going?
No, I went once, and then I don't know. I lost a little bit of interest in it again. So
you lost the passion for the guitar.
That's that's my fault. But I got other things I'm pursuing. So this week, folks, we're going to talk about the comprehensive caregiver program that the VA has. Just bring you up to speed on a little bit of that again. Some of these topics we cover, periodically over the year. Because maybe we'll catch somebody who's listening for the first time and they need to hear this information. So the VA's Program of Comprehensive Assistance for Family Caregivers, or PCAFC, got a big upgrade in 2025 with new benefits like more respite care and mental health support. But it's not all smooth sailing. Caregivers are hitting roadblocks that can make their vital role feel like an uphill battle. In the next 10 minutes or so, we'll unpack what's new, what's working, and what will need fixing. Imagine you're up at dawn helping a veteran, maybe your spouse or parent, to help them get through the day. You're scheduling VA appointments, managing medications, and keeping their spirits up, all while juggling your own life. That's a reality for over 5.5 million caregivers in the United States, and the VA's Caregiver Support Program is built to help them. In 2025, the VA rolled out some exciting updates to make that support stronger, but caregivers are still saying there are shortcomings with the program. So let's start with some of the good stuff. This year, the VA boosted the program with some real game changers. Caregivers now get up to 30 days of respite care annually. That's time when someone else steps in so you can take a break. That's a big jump from just 14 days last year. And for caregivers stretched thin, it's a lifeline. Another win, virtual mental health counseling, now available through the VA's Health and Benefits app, which hit 3 million downloads this year so far. This means you can talk to a therapist from your couch, no long drives to a VA clinic. And here's a good one. The VA is offering legal and financial planning services to help caregivers tackle things like setting up power of attorney or budgeting for long-term care. These changes are reaching over 40,000 caregivers in the program, up 15% from 2024, according to VA data. But here's where it gets tricky. Getting these benefits isn't as simple as it sounds. And we know this, Eric. We counsel folks on this. To qualify, a veteran needs a service-connected disability rated at 70% or higher, and the caregiver has to prove they are providing substantial care. That means mountains of paperwork, and in 2025, caregivers are reporting delays of up to 6 months for approvals. Well, I wouldn't say mountains of paperwork, but it requires some documentation to at least, and this is what I counsel folks, is that if you want to be one of the people that might be selected, one of the caregivers that might be selected, I encourage you to document how you help that veteran Monday through Sunday from the morning until they go to bed. Just document it, because when they come to do the interview and you're not prepared, you haven't thought about it, you haven't written any of that stuff down, you're going to be passed over, and somebody who has the documentation or what they might call mountains of paperwork is going to be head and shoulders above you. So that's what I let people know. A VA survey this year found 40% of applicants called the process confusing or overwhelming. Worse, some caregivers, especially those supporting veterans with mental health conditions like PTSD, say they're being denied because the VA's criteria is focused too much on physical disabilities. Why does this matter? Caregivers aren't just helping veterans, they're helping keep families together and easing the load on VA hospitals. When caregivers burn out, and trust me, burnout is a big risk, it can lead to veterans landing in emergency rooms or even facing homelessness. The VA knows this, and they're trying to fix it. They've got a new task force in 2025 to streamline applications and expand eligibility, especially for mental health caregivers. Plus, a new online portal launching later this year aims to cut wait times by 25% by mid-2026. But caregivers are saying it's not enough, and they're right. 6 months is too long to wait for support. So what can caregivers do right now? I've got 3 practical tips that I will share with you. First, call the VA's caregiver support line at 855-260-3274. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and they can connect you to a local coordinator who knows the ropes. Second, download the VA's health and benefits app. It's got tools to track your application or sign up for virtual counseling, and it's a lot easier than navigating the VA's website. Third, don't go it alone. The VA's caregiver support groups are a lifeline. Find one near you at va.gov caregivers. That's va.gov/caregivers. And don't forget that Eric and I can help answer questions or provide guidance on how to complete your application right at Flagler County Veterans Services.
You know, and you mentioned the eligibility, part of the eligibility. This is for a caregiver. That means that you need somebody to help you out 24/7. So we don't want to see, and we saw it last week, a person going to the office trying to apply. He first even mentioned the wrong program, but I knew what he meant. And he want to apply for his wife to become his caregiver. Well, she wasn't nowhere close to him.
Yeah.
So if you want your spouse to be your caregiver, she has to be your caregiver. You know, she cannot be shopping around and you applying for that, as your caregiver.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it, veterans. If you're out and about, taking care of yourself, driving here, driving there, and then you apply for the comprehensive caregiver program, or your spouse does, that saying that she's taking care of you, it doesn't. I'm not saying that for some reason they wouldn't see that fit for that. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like that would be a top necessity, and they're going to go to other veterans who are more severely disabled. The program doesn't have a lot of money in it, and so that's why I said you got to think about what you're doing, and you got to do the mountains of paperwork they're talking about. you got to have good documentation.
Good documentation, and make sure that, like you say before, have to have a service connected disability of 70% or more. He also need to be in need of in-person or care services for a minimum of 6 continuous months, based on either in an inability to perform an activity of daily living each time the activity is performed, or a need for supervision, protection, or instruction, which mean a functional impairment that directly impact his or her ability to maintain his or her personal safety on a daily basis. So
Right.
it's not
So driving yourself around town doesn't
Yes.
sound like it really fits into that.
right. So it's a strict program. It's available, for you to apply if you qualify, but you know what I mean.
All right, folks. You know what we mean.
Absolutely.
And
And if you don't know, we will let you know.
yeah. Yeah, we'll be honest with you.
Yes.
We're not the decision makers.
No, we're not.
But we bring a little bit of dose of reality to the situation, so that when you apply, you don't look like you don't look dumb. So anyway, this is the part of the program where I gotta let you know that no country, no state, and no community does more for veterans than the United States of America, the great and free state of Florida, the wonderful Flagler County, the lovely city of Palm Coast, and all of our beautiful beach cities here in Flagler County. Ask you to be a victor, not a victim, to be educated, not indoctrinated, and most importantly, be kind to someone today, or many someones. We thank you for listening, and we'll be back with you next week.
Thank you, guys, and thanks for listening and watching our show.
God bless
Bye-bye.
you.